I'm currently long on gold here. I've been in this position for quite a while here. I actually entered this position during the Asian session. And price is consolidating here. Price went almost to my take profit and then pulled back. I've also been keeping an eye on silver and on the dollar yen pair, but they haven't delivered for any setups. Also, gold has failed to deliver for any setups during this session. So just currently watching gold to see if there is any continuation. But I'll hop over to silver and the dollar yen pair really quickly, and then I'll come back to gold and walk you through what I saw trading during the Asian session. So for silver, and just going back over these to making sure that they're not gonna set up and take off without me here. But silver here, here on the 1 hour chart, you can see silver putting in a low or this high here, and then putting in a low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, and now coming in here and putting in a lower low. So seeing that this price action is in a downtrend here, but also with this price action, there's a sweep of liquidity here. So here, this is the London low. That liquidity has been swept out of the market here, the sell side liquidity. And let me double check on this level here. So the low here is 482 and the low here is 453. So that's confirmed. So in addition to a sweep of the London low, there's also a sweep here of the Asian low in this next candle. So there's sell side liquidity swept out from London and sell side liquidity swept out from the Asian session. So this will meet my criteria on the 60-minute for swing lows or session liquidity, or swing high or low liquidity to be swept. So this will be external range liquidity. Now I would look for price to return to internal range liquidity, which could be this area here, this bearish fair value gap, or it could be this larger bearish fair value gap here on the 1 hour chart. But silver has failed to deliver to the sell side during my kill zone segment, so I've yet to be able to take a position. And then for the dollar yen pair, so it may still set up. So what I have on the dollar yen pair is similar here. If you go over here to the 1 hour chart, you'll see here price is delivering to the buy side, putting in a high, a lower or a higher low, a higher high, and now price puts in a lower low here. So seeing a shift here to the sell side potentially. But in addition to that, here on the hourly chart, there was liquidity resting below this candle here. Also, this is the London low, this is the Asian session low, and here is yesterday's New York PM low. This candle here raids all of that liquidity. So there is a possibility for price to want to return to the buy side here. And then if that were to happen, this is essentially the same as I mentioned before, external range liquidity here. So look for price to return to some internal range liquidity. Maybe this bearish fair value gap, or this sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency here, or this SIBI. So still watching this price action to see if price wants to deliver in that direction. Also, it would take price to reach back to this level here. If there's a body candle close above this level, then it'll give me an opportunity to take a long position, but it'll have to happen within this time window right here between this white and red line. I'll need to be able to gain an entry. And then here on the 5-minute chart, I didn't go over the 5-minute chart on silver, but I may go back there. But I'll go over the 5-minute chart here. So here on the 5-minute chart, you can see this price action here, and you can see this price leg putting in a low here, or there's a high here, putting in a low, a higher or a lower high, lower low, and then price action in here starts to, I would say, I mean, this to me is a consolidation pattern because it's gone up and down but hasn't gone anywhere. So you can see here putting in a lower high, a higher low, a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and now putting in a lower low, lower high, lower low. So you can see here the shift here on the 5-minute from buy side delivery here to sell side delivery. And for this trade idea, I'm looking for a return back to the buy side delivery. And in order to do that, if price were to make it back to this level here where this sweep took place for this swing low, price can make it back to this level and give a body candle close above that level. This would be a change in a state of delivery, which would create a bullish order block right here, and then I would take an entry based off of this bullish order block formation. And then back to silver. As I mentioned on the 60-minute or on the 1-hour chart, the price action on the 1 hour, this is the price action on the 5-minute chart. So you have a high here, then you have a low, then you have a lower high, lower low, higher, or actually let me back up here. Here you have a high, you have a low, you have a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, and then lower low, lower high, and now lower low. So you can see price action trading to the sell side and then seeing a sweep of this liquidity here, and then price returning back to the sell side here, creating breaks of structure here to the sell side. So what I would be anticipating is the potential for a long trade. In order to see that, it would take quite a bit of doing for silver. It would have to get all the way back up here, so I doubt if I would get an entry here in silver. Back over to gold. And gold seeing some sell side delivery here. I'll walk you through what I was seeing during the Asian session where I took this trade. So here on the 1-hour chart, we can see there's a high here, there's a low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. This is the current price action here. But at the time of taking this position, this was just the high, the low, the lower high, and then the lower low. So price action fully in or trading to the downside, so price delivering to the sell side. When I took this position, so this was a counter trend trade. In addition, I also took a euro-dollar trade that has already reached take profit. But this, since it is a counter trend trade, they usually can consolidate for a while or take a while to get going, if at all. But with that, I took an entry as price swept here. Let me scroll back. So here, price swept out. Actually, I'll zoom in for this. So this trade idea was based off of this large down close candle here, sweeping out the New York PM session liquidity here, and also sweeping out the New York AM session liquidity here. I'm going to head back over to the dollar yen to see if it is setting up, and then I'll come back here to gold. Okay, so price needs to close above this level here in order for a position to the long side. I'll go back over to gold. So after that, session liquidity is rated for the, here on the 1 hour chart, that session liquidity rated for the New York PM session and the New York AM session. As price delivered back to the buy side, I took a long position. And now gold is potentially setting up here for a long. If it can stay above, or it may stop me out here, but this is a different trade. So this trade could, the current trade that I'm in could still hold and deliver, or I could get stopped out here. But either way, I'm watching it for a potential trade this morning based off of this 1 hour chart. If I zoom in, here is the London session, and this London session liquidity has been swept out of the market here. So with this external range liquidity being swept, looking for a price to return to the internal range liquidity. So with that, now that the previous 1 hour candle has been swept, now there's a possibility for a price to, or at least based on my system, for a price to return to the buy side. So a price returns to the buy side, again, regardless of whatever happens to the trade that I put on during the Asian session. This trade is its own individual trade. So if price were to reach back to this level here within the session and give a body candle closure above this level within the kill zone, which now there's less than 15 minutes remaining in the kill zone, so I would highly doubt gold is going to get all the way back up here. Chances are more likely I get stopped out, but my stop loss is here at the 47.8923 level. Price currently at the 48.0188 level, or 48.02 level. So a ways here to go before I get stopped out, but I would say it would be more probable than not that I would get stopped out as opposed to being able to gain an entry here. But this position has been hanging on, and it may still continue to hang on and even go to take profit. But I'm just going to let price play out here, and if all goes well, price will redeliver here to the buy side for an entry. But back to the trade from the Asian session. So I went over what I saw on the 1 hour, here on the 5 minute. So when price delivered to the sell side, sweeping out that liquidity, price redelivered to the buy side. When it redelivered to the buy side, there's a swing low right here in this candle. When that candle was swept out by this opening candle here, and I'll move my timeline, you can see this candle here. There's the level of liquidity there. And you see this wick here come down and sweep out this buy side, or that sell side liquidity. So when that happens, I wait for a change in the state of delivery to occur, which occurs right here. And then price pulls back in the next candle, and then I'm able to take an entry here. And you can see price delivers to the buy side, consolidates, pulls back, and then delivers back to the buy side and consolidates up here, then delivers to the sell side. but you can see this low putting in a high, lower, or a higher low, higher high, and now putting in a lower low. You see that shift there, but then price delivers back to the buy side. Lower high, higher high, lower low, higher high. So you can see consolidation in here and some indecision, then puts in this low, lower high, lower low. So price going from buy side delivery to sell side delivery with this area of consolidation or this topping pattern right here. And then you get the market structure shift to the sell side right here, delivering price to the sell side, which has price delivering currently, and you can see further sell side delivery here. High, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, and then lower low, and you can see this price action coming in like this here. And now starting to see a return here to the buy side. And profit target is above the swing level. So there's some relatively equal highs at 3 different levels here. So there's some profit targets that are high here. So there's relatively equal highs with these 3 highs here. 1, 2, and 3. And then there are 2 relatively equal highs here and 2 relatively equal highs here. So I see this as potentially gold painting targets here, or the algorithm painting targets, and then targeting this buy side liquidity resting right here, buy side liquidity resting right here, buy side liquidity resting right here. So we'll see with price here returning to the buy side if it wants to reach into those areas of liquidity. I'll come back over to dollar yen. And dollar yen testing the change of state of delivery level here. I've got an order here that I will need to change, and I'm just going to leave this set up, but I highly doubt if I'm going to gain an entry during this session. Interesting today, not a lot of, or I didn't get anything set up during the London session, and so far nothing set up during this session. But the 2 trades that I've taken from the Asian session, one has gone to take profit and the other one is still trading. So we'll see how the day plays out. 43, with the spread 13, so I'm just going to go 15 here. 43, 33, 28, 156, 528, and 156, 814. Okay. Price delivering here, 77.22, 750. Triple four. Perfect. So this is my order here. We'll see in the next 5 minutes if there's a body candle close above that level. If so, I'll take an entry. If not, no trade for this session or the previous session. So we'll see what the afternoon may have in store. It's a pretty slow day for my system. Usually, or at least lately, I've been able to identify at least one setup per session, but the London session produced no setups, and even though the Asian session, I would expect less activity overall throughout the Asian session, it's consistently allowed for 2 setups every session. So okay, now we're getting price trading above that level here, so I'm going to step my order out, and as long as price closes above that level, I'm going to leave a limit entry in the market. But got quite a bit of time left, a little over 3 minutes remaining, so plenty of time for price action to deliver above this level and close, or to fail. So keeping an eye on this now and just waiting for the candle to close to either take an entry or no entry here for the session. You can see price consolidating here in and around my potential limit entry point. Which is right here. So this is the level here where there would be a change in a state of delivery here, CISD, or a bullish order block will be formed if price were to close above that level. So a little more than 2 minutes remaining in the New York AM kill zone. Standing by to see if price will deliver a change in the state of delivery to allow for a potential long entry here in dollar yen. Also still holding on to a position in gold from the Asian session. Just want to see a body candle close at the 156.815 level or above for an entry. At the 814 level, it would be possible to take an entry, but not necessarily ideal. I don't like the equal levels or the equal highs for the bodies, but it's been my experience that typically the next candle will finish the pattern, but ideally there's a 156.815 or higher body candle close. As you can see, price consolidating right at the levels here, so it'll likely come right down to the last few seconds if the algorithm is delivering with some we're trying to create some pause and some traders here. Now less than 1 minute remaining in the New York AM kill zone. Price currently consolidating around the change in the state of delivery level. Standing by for a potential entry as price is trading above the change in the state of delivery level. Further buy side delivery here. We'll see if this sustains. And we have a close. I have my limit set There's a confirmed change in the state of delivery here, and there's now a bullish order block formed. And I'll take my entry here at 156.814 at the retest of the change in the state of delivery level. And now we'll see how price reacts. Here on the 1 hour chart, there's liquidity resting above this candle here. There's no top wick. And just to get an eye on my order, my stop loss is here, 156.528, covering the low of this 5-minute candle and the spread of the bid ask here. And my profit target is too far to see here on the 5-minute. But if I come over here to the 1 hour chart, looks like it's still too high to see them. Here we go. So you can see here on the 1 hour chart, my take profit. Let's back up here. My take profit is here, 157.386, which would be a raid on liquidity of the London session here. And I'll come over to the higher time frames to get a better look here. It looks like, based on my P&L, gold is redelivering here to the buy side. Here on the higher time frames, get a better look at this trade here. You can see the daily. Here on the daily chart, you can see that this profit target is for a raid on liquidity of the high of day for today. This is also the high of the day is also the high of the London session. So price, look for the algorithm to target that price. Then I'll hop back over to gold. We can see gold seeing a return to buy side delivery here at the close of the New York AM session. So if all goes well, price will continue to deliver based on this price action in this area here. Gold is still very bullish, so we'll see if it has continuation here to the buy side. Well, that's it for today's New York AM session. If you'd like to know more, visit us at OnTiltTrading.com. Stay on tilt, never emotional. We'll see you next time.